Tonight's deep sleep story for grown-ups will help you fall into a healing, blissful sleep. You're listening to Rainy Day at the Cat Cafe. In this bedtime story and guided visualization, you are the owner of a cat cafe in a quaint maritime city. The cafe is a cozy and warm escape on a rainy autumn day. People come from all over the world to spend a day with rescued cats as they enjoy a pastry and their favorite drink. After closing time, you retreat to your upstairs apartment and fall asleep to the sounds of rain on the windows and your beloved purring kitties that cuddle with you. It's time to dream away. I would like to welcome you to Michelle's Sanctuary. My name is Michelle, and as you are listening, you may think of my voice as that of your trusted guide and dear friend. I'm here to remind you that your needs matter, especially at the end of the day when it is time to embark on a soothing journey towards sleep. The sacred practice of falling asleep is yours to fine-tune to whatever feels best for you. All other thoughts and concerns may be placed on a shelf and saved for another time. You are free to customize this story with your imagination and fill in any details that will be most soothing for you. At any point in the story that you wish, you may let go of my voice and drift to sleep. In the sanctuary, you are free to do whatever you desire. It's time to clear your headspace and reveal an open landscape for your imagination and dreams. Settle into your bed and take in a deep breath. Open your mouth into a yawn and stretch your arms overhead if that feels good. Wiggle and get cozy as you sigh it all out. And again, take in a deep breath and then blow out the air through pursed lips. You release the air like a balloon that is set free. You feel the freedom to explore all the places your imagination has in store for you. You recognize how much more relaxed you feel since we first began. And feeling the sense of peace empowers you to use the canvas of the night to create anything you desire. Now it's time to begin. The old city of Colette began as a quaint harbor town where weary seafarers arrived and sought refuge from the hard work and survival out at sea. Sea mist covers the cobblestone streets and causes them to glisten most days of the year. Colette means people of victory, and over time the people of this fine city have learned the greatest victories offer peace and tend to the underdogs. This message was carried with you when you came up with the idea for the Cat Cafe. For years, stray cats were left to beg among the marinas of the city. Visitors and locals would feed the strays and take photos of the iconic wharf. Soft meows would sing out over the creaks of the docks and crashing waves against the rocks. One day, while visiting the marina, an orange tabby kitten began to follow you. She stayed close to your heels, so that when you turned around, you could not see at first that she was still behind you. She followed you to the main hub of the city on On a bustling summer day, she walked past candy shops and souvenir stores. You made it up the hill that led to the residential part of the city. She stayed behind you until you reached the modest building where you rented an apartment. Sensing she would lose you entirely, she let out a loud meow and stepped between your legs. She was so small she could rest in your palms, and it surprised you such a sound could come out of such a tiny being. You looked into her light green eyes, and like a sudden flash of lightning, you were struck with the knowledge that you were her person, and she was meant to be yours. You named her Scarlet, and she grew up to be the kindest cat you had ever known. Her temperament was adaptable and kind. She became your inspiration to start the cat cafe, and with that mission your life became aligned with joy and fulfillment. Scarlet brought upgrades to your life that you did not realize you needed. She brought out the best in you. On this gloomy late afternoon in autumn, you enjoy your routine walk through the city. Young children dressed in bright yellow rain slickers may be found jumping and splashing in puddles. Fallen golden yellow and burgundy leaves float on a large puddle like lily pads on a pond. The air is cool and damp, and you are grateful for the warm knit sweater that you wear beneath a trench coat that is cinched at your waist. The raindrops patter on your bubble umbrella. You look through the clear plastic to watch the raindrops slide down the rounded edges and get a glimpse of the charcoal-lined lavender gray clouds. Puffy yet whimsical, the clouds quickly move across the sky as the rain continues to fall. A chilly breeze whips down the narrow cobblestone street where you walk. Jewel-toned leaves float on a small stream caused by the rain, like lost puzzle pieces finding their way. They remind you of sailboat races as they cascade down the hill. You come to the alley behind the cat cafe and discover a small gray kitten standing beneath the fire escape, trying to stay dry. It's not the first time a kitty has appeared at your door. Stray cats seem to be intuitively led to this place of refuge that you created. You walk towards the fluffy gray kitten. His fur is damp and water drips off his thick tail. When dry, you imagine his tail is plush and bushy, but right now it weighs him down. He is skittish at first, but his aquamarine eyes are steady. They implore you to not give up. You stand still for a moment and then begin to walk towards the back door of the cafe. You enter the storage room of the cafe, and it's dry and toasty inside. You remove your trench coat and hang it on a wall hook. Boxes are neatly piled on metal shelves, holding paper cups and napkins, and other supplies for the shop. Another shelf houses cat food and supplies, and you take a cotton candy pink cat bed from it, along with a can of cat food. You place the bed in the corner of the room. You hear the door squeak and see a gray paw pat at the door's edge. From years of experience, you know it is best to go about your business and let the cat do what he desires on his own time. A part of you deeply respects cats for being so independent, self-possessed, and willful. You take 2 hand-painted ceramic bowls from the sink and fill one with cold tap water. They are nautical themed, with tiny cat paw prints, and were designed by a local artist. You peel back the metal tab of the cat food and flip the can into the empty bowl. You hear the soft patter of the gray kitten's paws on the linoleum floor, but continue to ignore him. You walk towards the corner of the storage room and set the bowls within proximity to the bed. Many of these items have been donated by animal lovers from around the world, thanks to the word-of-mouth love for this sanctuary. You slowly slip away and walk through the swinging doors that lead into the cafe. You are now standing behind the barista station. You pause for a moment and your body is covered with goosebumps, brought on by the intuitive sense that this mission will be a success. You slowly turn around and peer through the small rectangular window of the ebony door. You see the gray kitten confidently prance towards the food and water and begin to eat quickly. You never tire of the warm feeling that fills your heart when you can help a vulnerable animal in need. Your attention now turns towards the cafe. From this vantage point, it is as if you are looking out onto an audience from side stage in a theater. The overhead lights cast the shop in a golden hue that warmly contrasts the steely gray storm clouds and silvery rain that streams down the storefront's windows. Laurel, a young college student, has been working at the cafe since she was in high school. She aspires to be a veterinarian, but is also an artist when it comes to making cappuccinos and new concoctions. She draws the faces of cats into foamed milk with graceful motions and barely a thought. On Saturday nights you implore her to take time off, but she is happiest being in the cafe, tending to guests and bonding with the cats. When you began this mission, your desire went beyond creating a cat haven. You hoped to create connections and moments in people's lives that they would carry through the most challenging of times as a reminder that there is beauty in this world, that there is kindness, that there is a reason to keep hope alive. Laurel comes to you with your favorite hot drink without even asking. It's a familiar routine, and in between orders you explain to her that a new rescue is in the storage room. She offers to take the kitty to the vet in the morning, where she volunteers when not studying or working at the cafe. You smile and thank her. The cafe closes early on weeknights, yet it is bustling with patrons on this cool, rainy day. You take in a deep breath and inhale the aroma of rich hot chocolate and yeasty baked goods. A black wood stove warms the cafe, and the tiger orange and honey-hued flames lick the antique glass door. You stand behind the glass case towards the back of the cafe. Almond croissants and muffins and fresh baked pastries and pies are carefully arranged. On the opposite side of the counter, there is an old-fashioned cash register that clicks and dings whenever Laurel runs up an order. The espresso machines and coffee makers are behind her, and their stainless steel fixtures gleam and reflect the happenings in the cafe in an abstract display. You step out behind the counter, and a ragdoll cat comes over and rubs her snow-white fur against your leg. Her steady purrs and motions give you a gentle massage. You bend down and scratch beneath her chin and the top of her head. You know a beauty like her will be adopted soon. Running the cafe has taught you the grace that comes with letting go. The transient nature of life is a constant theme, and you are reassured that there comes a time when we all must move on towards something new and different. A tortoiseshell cat and her calico sister are curled up together in the shape of a heart on the tiled stone floor beneath the wood stove. Cat hammocks hang in the storefront windows, and two cats doze in the netting. Cats remind us all how wonderful it is to sleep. They show no shame on rainy days like today, as they lazily sleep and dream away. The wood crackles and pops, and the lo-fi music of singer-songwriters plays soft and low. You inhale the aroma of mocha and listen to ceramic cups land on saucers and the clinking of spoons swirling against the glass. Vibrant acrylic paintings of former cat residents in the style of Andy Warhol hang on the cafe walls. Broad lime green paint strokes around the outline of a long-haired ebony cat bring out his green eyes. Upon opening the cafe, you found ways to help local artists by showcasing their artwork and making it available to the public. The mugs and plates were designed by a local ceramics artist, and you sell them here as well. The customer asks you to take a photo of her and her partner and Delilah, a pastel Torby cat that sits curled up on her lap. You oblige and ask where they have traveled from. They have been on a road trip across the country and will return to the other coast soon. The woman introduces herself as Lilia and says this kitty reminds her of the character in a children's book she once read until the pages were dog-eared and tattered. She has spent hours in the cafe and delayed travel because of the rain and because she has not wanted to say goodbye to this sweet cat. You sense the bond that is formed between Lilia and Delilah and the unique similarities in their names. You never met a cat who enjoyed traveling in a car as much as Delilah. She loves nothing more than sunning herself on the back seat of a car, which you discovered on her first trip to the vet. It seems like the perfect fit. You inform Lilia that Delilah is available to adopt if she has any interest. Her eyes begin to sparkle, and her partner cuts in to emphatically exclaim how wonderful that would be. You go through the procedures of checking references with a few quick calls. But when it comes to this, you've always relied on your intuition most to guide you. This adoption simply brings you a sense of peace. You go to the back storage room to grab a gift bag of food samples and cat toys and a cardboard carrying box. You see the gray rescue kitten has made a home and sleeps soundly in the pink cat bed. Even you are amazed by the continuous flow of warm feelings on this otherwise gray and gloomy day. You bring the gift bag and box to the front of the cafe. Other patrons take notice of the adoption taking place, and they begin to smile and clap. 3 black kittens ride on the excitement of the moment and scurry across the floor, running after one another. They lose their balance and tumble and roll. The older cats continue to sleep, and a few peer out of one eye before returning to slumber. You inform the couple of a local pet shop down the block that is run by a dear friend. They may gather any other essentials for Delilah before they return to their adventures on the road. Lilia carefully places the sleeping cat in the carrier and carries her off to her new life. Patrick is a regular, and he finishes his daily crossword puzzle just before closing. Most days he can be found nestled by the corner window in a purple velvet armchair. Unable to have a cat of his own due to his wife's allergies, he is one of the kindest donors of goods to the cafe. He helps with fundraising when a cat is in need. Penelope, a tuxedo cat, is his favorite, and she often curls up on the armrest. Her legs and tail dangle over the edge, but she never loses her balance. When Patrick is in a trance and deeply immersed in his crossword, she will bat a paw at the newspaper until he gives her a scratch on her chin and a few pets. When you tell him it's closing time, he offers to help as he always does, but you politely send him on his way. He wishes you good night and heads out into the rain. He uses his finished newspaper as a makeshift umbrella as he darts across the wet street to his parked car. Laurel closes out the cash register and cleans down the counters. You tell her to take home the leftover baked goods and share them with her friends, knowing what it's like to be a starving college student. You tend to the cats and replenish their scattered bowls with food and fresh water. You tidy up a small secret room that houses the litter boxes. The cats are free to enter it through a cat door that leads into the cafe. It always smells of fresh pine chips and cedar. You find Laurel and tell her she is free to leave for the night. She insists on taking the new kitten home with her to be checked out by the vet in the morning. Every night you thank her from the deepest wells of gratitude that rise in you. You are so blessed with support on this mission, and you never forget that. You have learned that each piece magically comes together when everything is aligned, when you choose a life of service and hope. You are alone with the cats in the cafe. The sky is now marine blue and dark gray. The rain continues to fall steadily. The cats come to life and run around the cafe with late-night spurts of energy before they settle into a deep sleep. You listen to the scurrying paws across the floor. Occasionally, a rambunctious cat will try to scale the brick wall and come sliding down. The youngest and most agile cats bounce like ping-pong balls throughout the darkened cafe. And then an unspoken pact is forged among them, and the kittens and cats slow down and retreat to their favorite sleeping spots. Some nights, one or two of them will follow you curiously, as if they've decided among all the cats, and you will invite them to your apartment to cuddle for the night. Tonight, a cat aptly named Cuddles follows you. You pick her up and hold her in the crook of your arm like a baby. She curls up into a ball, and you pet her silky, cream-hued fur. She rests against your chest, and your heart beats against the gentle vibration of her purring. You leave through a side door that leads to a stairway to your cozy apartment upstairs. You ascend the stairs one at a time. counting each one as you go until you come to the landing. There is a long, narrow hallway that leads to your apartment. Rain streams down the windows that line the hallway. The old wooden floorboards creak with a familiar melody that carries you home. You open the door into your living room. The room is decorated to your preferences, with colors and furniture pieces that make you feel calm. The ceilings are high and the room is cozy and welcoming. Scarlett slowly makes her way towards you. She's now an old cat, but still has some spunk left. You set Cuddles down and the cats greet one another. Scarlett is the queen of the cafe and will venture downstairs in the early mornings, but at her old age prefers to sleep the day away in the apartment. There is a plush navy velvet chair by a wall of windows that looks out onto the street. It's Scarlett's favorite daytime dreaming spot. You give her a pet and then replenish her food. And as she eats, you retreat to the bathroom to prepare for bed. Cuddles follows and curls up on the bath mat and watches you wash your face and brush your teeth. Once finished, you feel renewed. You walk down the fuzzy rug that leads to your bedroom. It soothes your tired feet and conjures feelings of being safe at home. A colorful stained glass lamp illuminates the room in a warm glow. The antique lamp oozes charm and was left in the building by previous tenants, with a note wishing you well. You walk towards a dresser and clasp the cool metal handle. Slowly pull it open to reveal your pajamas and undergarments. A lavender satchel perfumes the room in a soporific aroma. You pick up your favorite pajamas and nuzzle them against your face. They smell of fresh laundry. Washed so many times, they are baby soft against your skin. You change out of your daytime clothes and walk towards the window to crack it open slightly. The cool air smells of the sea and clean rain. A slight breeze causes the curtains to billow and air to circulate in the room. Scarlett and Cuddles run into the bedroom alongside each other and rub their velvety fur up against your bare legs. You walk towards your plush bed and peel back the heavy comforter and crisp sheets. You climb into the bed and sink your head into the pillows. The cats jump on top of the comforter and begin to knead the bedding as they prepare for sleep. They settle into the nooks and crannies of your body and begin to purr. You reach over to the nightstand and turn off the stained glass lamp. In the darkness, you are more aware of the physical sensations of comfort that you feel in the safety of your bed. The warm bodies of your feline companions press against you and soothe you until your breathing slows. The cats pin down both sides of the comforter, and it feels like a hug. You relish the serenity you feel right now. It is a feeling of peace that you hope every cat and every person feels inside the cafe. You let go and sigh. Scarlett softly sighs as well. You run your fingers through her fur and pet her head one last time. You thank her. All the beautiful moments and opportunities to come into your life happened the day the two of you met. You close your eyes and drift towards sleep, drifting like all the boats that have left the harbor, traveling along with your two cat friends, carrying with you the sense of history and connection to the joy you find in your cat cafe in a seaside city, counting down towards sleep as you cross the bridge to your dreaming life. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finding peace, finding bliss, finding sleep. It's time to dream away. Good night.